I'm holding my mother's photo album right now. This thick, leather-bound book she kept for 28 years. Every page meticulously organized, every photo protected in those plastic sleeves that cost extra. 87 photos total, every single one of me, from the day I was born until the day she died. But it's not the photos that destroyed me. It's the empty pages at the end, 23 blank spaces, each one with a date written underneath in her handwriting. Dates in the future, dates that never came. First day of kindergarten, Emma 2027. Christmas morning, Lucas 2029. Graduation day, Sophia 2043. She was saving space for my children, children she would never meet, grandchildren she spent years preparing to love. Let me take you back, because this album tells a story she never got to finish. I found it 3 weeks after the funeral. I was clearing out her bedroom, going through drawers, trying to decide what to keep and what to donate, trying not to break down every 5 minutes. Her nightstand had 3 drawers, top drawer, reading glasses, chapstick, a half-finished crossword puzzle. Middle drawer, medications, hand cream, a rosary. Bottom drawer, this album. It was heavy, heavier than it should have been for just photos. I pulled it out, sat on her bed. The same bed where she used to read me stories when I was 5. The same bed where she sat when I came home crying about my first breakup at 16. The same bed where she died in her sleep at 63. Sudden heart attack. No warning. No goodbye. I opened the album. Page 1. A photo of me. Brand new. Hours old. Still in the hospital. Eyes closed, face red, wrapped in one of those standard-issue hospital blankets with the pink and blue stripes. Below the photo, in her handwriting, March 15th, 1994. 7:32 a.m. 7 pounds 4 ounces. The day everything changed. The day I became complete. I turned the page. More photos. Me at 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Each one with a caption. Each caption more detailed than necessary. 4 months old. First time he laughed. I spent 3 hours making faces at him until he finally cracked, worth every second. 6 months old. Sitting up on his own. I cried. He's growing so fast. 9 months old. First tooth. He bit me while nursing. I didn't even care. Page after page. Year after year. Every milestone documented. Every moment preserved. First birthday. First steps. First day of preschool. Each photo had a story written beneath it. Not just facts, emotions, details I'd never known. Age 3. First time he said, "I love you, Mommy," without being prompted. I was washing dishes. He just walked up, hugged my leg and said it. I had to sit down. Age 5. First day of kindergarten. He cried. I cried harder. Spent the whole day at home staring at his empty chair at the kitchen table. Age 7. Lost his first tooth, left it under his pillow. I saved it in a box, along with all the others. I know that's weird. I don't care. I kept turning pages, kept reading, kept discovering this parallel life she'd been living. This secret documentation of every moment she thought mattered. But here's what I noticed. Around age 12, the captions changed. Got shorter, less joyful, more desperate. Age 12. School photo. He wouldn't smile for the camera. Wouldn't smile for me either these days. Age 13. Birthday party. He invited friends, not me. I stayed in the kitchen, watched through the doorway. Age 14. Christmas morning. He opened his presents in under 5 minutes, went back to his room. I sat with the wrapping paper for an hour. The photos kept coming, but the boy in them kept pulling away, arms crossed, looking away from the camera. Standing at the edge of family photos like he didn't want to be there. Age 16. Got his driver's license. Doesn't need me to take him places anymore. The car is so quiet now. Age 18. High school graduation. So proud, so scared. He leaves for college in 3 months. The house is going to be so empty. The college years. Fewer photos now. Holiday visits, summer breaks. Each one documented like she was trying to hold on to proof I still existed. Age 19. Home for Christmas. Stayed for 3 days. Spent most of it sleeping or out with friends. I took this photo while he was sleeping on the couch. He'd kill me if he knew. Age 22. College graduation. He walked across that stage and I thought, I did it. I raised a man. A good man. I hope he knows how proud I am. Then the photos stopped being yearly, started being random, sporadic, stolen moments. Age 25. Came over for dinner. First time in 6 months. I took this photo before he left. He didn't notice. Age 27. His birthday. He said he was too busy for dinner. I drove past his apartment anyway, just to see his lights on. Just to know he was okay. I'm pathetic. That last caption broke something in me. I'm pathetic. She thought she was pathetic for driving past my apartment just to see my lights on. The last photo in the filled section was from 8 months ago, 6 months before she died. A selfie. She'd taken it herself. Holding her phone up, smiling at the camera, but her eyes looked tired, sad. The caption, age 63, getting older. He's getting busier, I understand. I just wish I understood sooner that this is how it ends. You raise them, they leave, and you spend the rest of your life trying to catch glimpses of who they became. I stared at that photo for 10 minutes. This woman who gave me life, who documented every second of mine, thinking this was how it ends. Then I turned the page. Empty, but not completely empty. There was writing, a date, 2026, and below it, first photo of Emma, my granddaughter. Can't wait to meet her. I turned the page. Another empty space, another date, 2027, first day of kindergarten, Emma. Another page, 2028, Emma's first recital, she'll be beautiful, I know it. Page after page of empty spaces, each one with a caption for a photo that didn't exist yet. A future she'd planned in meticulous detail. 2029, Christmas with grandkids. Lucas will be 2 by then. 2030, Emma's first lost tooth. I'll save it for her. Start her own box. 2032, family vacation. All of us. The one we always talked about taking. 2035, Emma's middle school graduation. I'll cry. Her mum will laugh at me. 2038, Emma's prom. She'll let me help her get ready, I hope. 2043, Emma's college graduation. I'll be 80. I'll still cry. 23 empty pages. 23 spaces she'd prepared. 23 moments she'd imagined with grandchildren she never got to meet. But here's the thing that destroyed me. Here's what made me put down the album and sob into my hands until I couldn't breathe. I don't have kids. Never even been close to having kids. Never even had a serious girlfriend long enough to talk about it. Emma doesn't exist. Lucas doesn't exist. Sophia doesn't exist. So how did she know their names? I kept looking through the empty pages. More captions. More names. Then I saw it. At the very end of the album. A piece of paper tucked into the last page. Folded. With my name on it. I pulled it out with shaking hands. Her handwriting. My darling boy. If you're reading this, I'm gone. And you've found the album. And you're probably wondering about those empty pages. Let me explain. When you were 25, you came over for dinner. It was rare by then. You were so busy with work, with life, with everything that wasn't me. We were sitting at the table and I asked you casually if you'd ever thought about having kids someday. You said yes. You said you wanted 3, maybe 4. You said if you had a daughter, you'd name her Emma after your grandmother, a son named Lucas after your grandfather. And if you had a third, maybe Sophia, because you always loved that name. You talked about it for maybe 5 minutes. Then your phone rang and you left. But I remembered. I remembered every word, every name, every dream you had for a future you weren't ready for yet. So I started saving pages. 1 page for every milestone I imagined, every moment I wanted to be part of. First birthdays, first days of school, graduations, weddings, all of it. I filled in the dates, did the math, figured out how old I'd be for each one, figured out how old they'd be. I know it's crazy. I know they don't exist yet. I know you might never have them. You might change your mind. You might name them something else. You might have more or fewer or none at all. But I needed to save the space anyway, because hope is all I had left. You stopped visiting much after college. You stopped calling unless I called first. You stopped including me in your life because you were busy building it, and I wasn't part of the blueprint anymore. I understand, I really do. That's what you're supposed to do. Grow up. Move on. Build something that's yours. But I was still your mum, and mums need things to hope for, so I hoped for grandkids. I hoped for a future where you'd need me again, where you'd bring them over for Sunday dinners, where I'd get to spoil them the way I spoiled you, where I'd get to be important to you again, even if it was just as grandma. I saved those pages because I needed to believe there was more. More time, more moments, more chances to be part of your story. I'm writing this now because I have a feeling that I won't make it to 2026, won't make it to meet Emma or Lucas or Sophia or whoever they become. And if I'm right, if you're reading this and I'm gone, I need you to know something. Don't feel guilty for not having them yet. Don't feel guilty for the empty pages. Don't feel guilty for building your life at your own pace. But please, please, if you do have children someday, tell them about me. Tell them their grandmother saved pages in an album for them before they existed. Tell them she chose their names carefully. Tell them she imagined every milestone and wrote it down like a prayer. Tell them they were loved before they were born, by a woman they'll never meet, who spent years hoping they'd exist. And when they ask why there are no photos of Grandma holding them, tell them this. Grandma ran out of time, but she never ran out of hope. And hope is what she left behind. Hope that you'd fill these pages. Hope that you'd let her be part of your story, even after she was gone. I love you. I loved documenting every moment of your life, and I loved imagining every moment of theirs. Fill the pages, sweetheart. Not for me, for them. All my love, always, Mom, P.S. Emma's middle name should be Grace. Lucas's should be James. Sophia's should be Marie. Trust me, they'll thank you later. I sat there, holding that letter for I don't know how long. She'd saved pages for children that didn't exist. She'd named them. She'd imagined their lives in detail. She'd prepared to love them for years before I was even ready to think about having them. And she never got to see it happen. I'm 30 years old, single, no kids, no plans for kids anytime soon. But now I have an album with 87 photos of my past and 23 spaces for a future she'll never see. Last week I went on a date, first one in 2 years. I don't know if it'll go anywhere. But sitting across from her at dinner, I thought about my mom, about the empty pages, about the names she'd saved. Emma, Lucas, Sophia. I don't know if I'll ever have kids. Don't know if I'll use those names. Don't know if I'll ever fill those pages. But I'm trying now. Trying to build a life that includes the future she imagined. Not because I have to, but because she hoped I would. I took the album home. It sits on my bookshelf now. Sometimes I flip through it, look at the photos of me, read her captions, remember moments I'd forgotten. Then I get to the empty pages, and I imagine. I imagine a little girl named Emma, a boy named Lucas, a family sitting around a table and a photo album finally complete. My mum kept 87 photos of my life, and she saved 23 spaces for lives she'd never see. The least I can do is try to fill them. If someone in your life is hoping for your future, hoping for grandkids, hoping to be part of what comes next, don't wait until it's too late to let them in. Don't wait until the pages stay empty. I can't go back and take more photos with my mum. Can't give her the grandchildren she imagined. Can't fill those pages the way she wanted. But I can try. I can build towards something. I can make sure those empty spaces don't stay empty forever, because she saved them. She believed. She hoped. And hope is all we have left when everything else is gone. If this story hit you, if you just thought of someone who's saving empty pages for you, someone who's still hoping when they could have given up, I need you to do something. Hit that like button. Not for me, for them, for every parent who documented your life, every grandparent who imagines your future, every person who drives past your place just to see your lights on, and leave a comment. Tell me, who in your life is still hoping for you? Just their name, one word. Let's fill this comment section with the names of people who refuse to stop believing in us. If you want to hear the rest of this series, 9 more objects, 9 more stories about love we almost missed, hit subscribe. Because next week I'm telling you about something my mother made with her hands, something that took her 6 months, something I never even wore, and what I found hidden inside it. Next time I'll tell you about something else she left behind, something she made with her hands, something that took 6 months, and I never even wore. But for now I have an album to fill and 23 reasons to try.